So I've loved movies since I was a little kid. Going to a film festival and spending, 8 hours a day running from one theater to the next to catch every possible movie that I could was an amazing experience. By the end of Sundance, I was like, I never want to go back here. This is awful. It's parties and it's people trying to get you to a place so they can give you garbage that you wind up just throwing away, and they take a picture of you with it, and it's fantastical nightclubs and like that to me just stresses me out about reality. It's not the joyous escape that I want. So it became about drugs and dinners and utilizing food to escape, and like it just got gross. But what I noticed about Europe is that was not a part of it. Now, certainly I've also been to Cannes a number of times, and they're celebrating there's almost two separate experiences in Cannes. There is the let's go to an insane nightclub, but everybody's in a tuxedo because they just came from basically worshiping movies. Like the cinema love that you see those Europeans where it's like, no, you have to wear a fucking tuxedo to come see this movie because this is like
Reverence.
it's reverence. And so like Cannes, I liked less than Deauville simply because it had that element which I've been working to stay away from. But like if you just stick to the part that you're supposed to, I felt like Sundance for me lost that a little bit because there wasn't a reverence. It was very much more about commerce, I felt.
And I've never been to Sundance, but it does seem to be about the scene and those things that are tertiary, right? That are not about that primary experience. And like hearing you talk about Cannes as well, like, right, there is a bit of like show to it, right? Or like there's expectations that are very different from Deauville, right? And Deauville, I mean, most people here in the States, unless you're a cinephile or a filmmaker, you might not know about Deauville. But what I found interesting in France is that like common people knew about the film festival in Deauville in that region, and even people I knew around France had heard of it, right? And that to me was remarkable. It's at least on their radar, right? And I wonder sometimes how many people in the States know about Sundance at all that aren't a part of the film industry in some way, or like deep cinephiles too. Man, you're saying so many things that are making me want to ask so many questions. But I have two questions for you that I'm dying to know the answers to here in a second. But I do want to say that like my lifelong dream has been to go to Cannes with a movie, and that comes from the fact that like my godparents or I don't know what the de facto grandparents were from the south of France. And so I grew up going to spend summers there as a kid, and I grew up speaking French, and my mother was a public school French teacher. And I want nothing more than to dress up like a goober in a nice tuxedo,
Yes.
and go return the reverence though to the culture, right? So to go speak French and to go talk to people about my movie and French, and to show them that like I care about you as a culture and as people who care about culture in return. And that it's sort of just this personal thing, but to me it's like it's the place I want to get to so badly. And I think about it far too often. I mean, again, I've never been to Sundance, I've never been to Cannes, but I would like to go to Cannes real bad.